Quentin Tarantino's 2015 Western thriller is a gripping tale set in the harsh, snow-covered wilderness of post-Civil War Wyoming. Known for his signature blend of sharp dialogue, intricate narratives, and bursts of violent conflict, Tarantino weaves a tale of mistrust, deceit, and moral ambiguity. The story unfolds in a remote mountain lodge where 8 strangers are forced to seek shelter from a raging blizzard, setting the stage for a tense, claustrophobic drama. The film opens with the sound of a howling blizzard, as a stagecoach struggles through the snow-covered mountains of Wyoming. Inside, bounty hunter John Ruth, nicknamed the Hangman, played by Kurt Russell, is transporting his captured fugitive, Daisy DeMurg, Jennifer Jason Leigh, to the town of Red Rock to face justice. John Ruth is infamous for bringing in his captives alive so they can hang for their crimes, and Daisy is no exception. Shackled to her captor, she exudes a mix of defiance and cunning. Their journey is interrupted when they encounter Major Marquis Warren, Samuel L. Jackson, a fellow bounty hunter and former Union soldier stranded in the storm. Marquis, carrying the corpses of 3 outlaws he intends to deliver for a bounty, requests a ride. Though initially wary, John Ruth allows him aboard after learning of Marquis's reputation and a personal letter allegedly written to him by President Abraham Lincoln. The letter, a sentimental relic, earns Marquis a degree of respect. Further down the road, they meet Chris Mannix, Walton Goggins, a brash and bigoted Southerner claiming to be the newly appointed sheriff of Red Rock. His Confederate sympathies and dubious story raise suspicions, but the worsening storm compels John Ruth to grudgingly allow him aboard as well. The worsening blizzard forces the group to seek refuge at Minnie's Haberdashery, a remote lodge that serves as a way station for travelers. However, they find Minnie absent and the lodge under the care of a man named Bob, Demian Beecher, who claims Minnie left him in charge while she visited her mother. Marquis and John Ruth are immediately skeptical of Bob's story, as Minnie is known for her dedication to her business. Inside the lodge, the group encounters an eclectic mix of characters: Oswaldo Mowbray, Tim Roth, a flamboyant and eloquent man claiming to be the hangman of Red Rock; Joe Gage, Michael Madsen, a stoic and reserved cowboy who says he is visiting his mother; and General Sandy Smithers, Bruce Dern, a retired Confederate officer who sits silently by the fire, his age and demeanor casting a shadow of the past. Tensions rise as John Ruth grows increasingly paranoid, suspecting that one or more of the inhabitants might be conspiring to free Daisy. He disarms everyone and warns that any betrayal will be met with swift retribution. Meanwhile, Major Marquis Warren begins to piece together clues about the strange and uneasy atmosphere. As the group settles in, Marquis confronts General Smithers with a chilling story about his son, Chester Smithers. Marquis reveals how he killed Chester during the war, detailing his method with calculated cruelty. He taunts the old general until the latter reaches for a gun, at which point Marquis shoots him in self-defense. This violent act only intensifies the mistrust in the cabin. The tension explodes when John Ruth and Marquis drink poisoned coffee, leading to John Ruth's violent death. This confirms that someone in the lodge is working with Daisy to eliminate the others. Marquis and Chris Mannix, now aligned in their shared suspicion, interrogate the remaining occupants to uncover the culprit. The story flashes back to the moments before John Ruth's arrival at the lodge. It is revealed that Bob, Oswaldo, Joe Gage, and Daisy's brother, Jody DeMurg, had arrived at Minnie's haberdashery earlier that day. The gang brutally murdered Minnie and her staff, sparing only General Smithers, who was deemed harmless. They then staged the lodge to appear as though everything was normal, waiting for John Ruth and his prisoner to arrive. Back in the present, Marquis and Mannix uncover the truth. A violent and bloody confrontation ensues, resulting in the deaths of most of the characters, including Daisy's gang members. Marquis and Mannix, though severely injured, manage to overpower Daisy. In a final act of justice, they decide to hang Daisy, honoring John Ruth's method and legacy. Despite Daisy's desperate attempts to manipulate them with offers of riches and freedom, the 2 men carry out the execution, ensuring that Daisy faces the same fate her crimes intended for others. delves deeply into themes of trust, betrayal, and the moral complexities of justice. Set against the backdrop of post-Civil War tensions, the film explores the lingering scars of racism, division, and violence in America. The confined setting amplifies the characters' distrust and self-interest, creating a powder keg of emotions that explodes into brutal confrontation. Key themes include 1. Moral ambiguity. No character is wholly good or evil, blurring the lines between justice and vengeance. 2. Isolation and paranoia. The remote lodge becomes a microcosm of human mistrust, where survival depends on quick wit and cunning. 3. Justice versus revenge. The film questions whether acts of justice can ever be free from personal vendettas and moral compromise. Quentin Tarantino's is a masterclass in storytelling, blending elements of a traditional Western with a murder mystery's intrigue. Its sharp dialogue, layered characters, and intense atmosphere make it a compelling exploration of humanity's darkest instincts. As the final scene fades, viewers are left contemplating the fine line between justice and vengeance, and the devastating consequences of mistrust in a world marked by division and betrayal.